fully trusting his promises and in faith, his journey with God becomes a very difficult one. It is a way senia Onyankopon bosha odi amayen. Yebe so boshe num na yede tu anamon ebeye den. Eti ne yeka nyina ne se Onyankopon ene ne ma eye bosha yonkofa eno ne omo. Eti bribia no Onyankopon hye ne ma ohye omo bobi na oni omo anante enti ehwe kyere no mu from Genesis to Revelation. Eye bosha yonkofa ene de Nyankopon ene ne manfo entem. Eti Abraham was sharing about from Isaac, Jacob, down to the people of Israel, to Joseph, even to Moses, to our time through Christ. It is always a relationship of promise and fulfillment between us and God. Bibian eyo Nyankopon all share ne mabo. Na ye hwe nim se boshe no ebebem. Sa no Nyankopon ene ne ma ananti efe bresant name. Ebuja for a kwan Nyankopon ene yemfaso no eye kwan ye beka se eye kwan tia. It is a very narrow path. It is a very difficult narrow straight path. Kwan ya eye tia etoda kwan no so fa na edin. Kwan ya Nyankopon ede ye faso no sa kwan no so fa edin pa. Na empem bebre ne san se woni nyame nam a we go through difficult experiences in circumstances etwa ye ho ahia ennyoma bi etwa ye ho ahia oha nya ennyoma bi etwa ye ho ahia no etoda na enu ye pia ye firi Nyankopon akwan no so se yankasa yenkofa ye kwan bi so a yesusu se beboa yen na ebia boshe bi Nyankopon ahye ye no yensaka ne yensaka nentem. And so the circumstances of life and situations that the people of God face have the tendency to push us to veer off the right path. Ewo etibi base nyame ahye yen bode nanso ne twan ne yedin eti mamia me mbo me homodin se mefa kwan bi so se ne be ya me nsa be ka boshe ne entem na boshe no abemu ntem amame na ade ba kwa edim pa ma ogidi ni biaro ne Nyankopon nante no kremu pa ene se onyame ahye obo na wo twen se sa boshe ne ebebem. That is the period between the promise and its fulfillment. The waiting period can be the most difficult experience for every believer who genuinely walks with God. Ogidi ni bi oni Nyankopon nante no kremu no obedi adanse se woni nyame na ma di ba kwa dimpa ne se Onyankopon ahye obobi na wo twen se boshe ne bebem. Sa bre na eda bre nyame hye obo ene se wo twen se boshe ne bebem no sa bre kakra bi no ebusuafo se woni nyame nante no kremu a obedi adanse se edin na eho ena nipa bebre entimi entwen Onyankopon eni Nyankopon no kre enkosi na munsa ka boshe no eti sa bre na nipa bi ede twen no eho na bebre efum bebre ehwe ase. Now Abraham sukodu position bi a yebeka say he was in that waiting period waiting for the fulfillment of the promise, and Abraham was caught in the position that every natural human being finds himself in. Eti enye wanwa say o Kristo ni bia kodu sam pempeso no ye papa Abraham ono so sa tibia no okomu. Eti ogidi ni bia you have a period you go through a waiting period, and our father Abraham experienced it. Na momi ahwe senia enyoma esisi wo Abraham abrabo mu. Enyoma bi course when Abraham was waiting for the fulfillment of the promise. That is when God first told him that you have a son of his own, and then the point at which there was a manifestation of that promise. Bra Nyankopon hye ne bo ene se bo hye ne ebe mu no. Enyoma bi course wo Abraham abrabo mu. Eno ena mepese ye hwe enyoma be mienu miensa bi. Ewo ya de sua mu. Ne edi kan mo yenko Genesis chapter 15 4 to 6. Mose homa edi kan no. Ti dunum chichemu nan kosi insian. Genesis 15 4 to 6. Let's see an experience Abraham had while he was waiting for the fulfillment of the promise. Yensha said today we are talking about when the promise delays. Eti Nyankopon hye obobi na se boshe no ususu se ache na boshe no emme mu a den na yebetime sua we Abraham abrabo ho. yɛbɛhyɛ mu nkuran sɛ sɛ mo asɛmbisa bi anaasɛ mo contribution bi a monhyɛ no so na berɛ so a mobɛtumi afɔwɔde sɛ ne ɛbɛyɛ a yɛbɛ ebua mo nsɛmbisa no ano ama mo. Nti Genesis chapter 15, 4-6. Genesis 15, 4-6. Then behold, the word of the Lord came to him, that is Abraham, saying, this man will not be your heir, but one who will come from your own body. He shall be your heir. And he took him outside and said, now look towards the heavens and count the stars, if you are able to count them. And he said to him, so shall your descendants be. This is the word of God. Amen. Verse 6 say, then he believed in the Lord, and he reckoned it to him as righteousness. He reckoned it to him as righteousness. And he believed in the Lord, and he reckoned it to him as righteousness. Nyankopon semi the eken nyina say Onyankopon ehye Abraham, but this is the first promise God gave to Abraham concerning him having a son from his own body. Nyankopon ehye Abraham bo say obewo na wankasa wo yemu ba na boshe no eba no so. Eti Abraham hwe anim say boshe no bebe because God had given him a specific promise. Me pese ehye no so ha, a specific promise. Now, so we see our Genesis chapter 16, 1 and 2. So in chapter 15, 4-6, God had given him a promise that he will have a son from his own body. Verse 16, chapter 16, verse 1 and 2. Now Sarai, Abraham's wife, had borne him no children, and she had an Egyptian maid whose name was Hagar. So Hagar said to Abram, now behold, the Lord has prevented me from bearing children. Please go in to my maid. Perhaps I will obtain children through her. And Abram listened to the voice of Sarai. Eti asama enyamesemu nsema ekaye na ne oka nyina ne se Onyankopon ahye Abraham bo se obewo na bofran befi wankasa mu. That is chapter 15. Immediately the next chapter, which could have been several months or several years later, Sarah and Swaba na asama Sarah eka che Abraham ne se awo ma eti mafuna no wo ho ene ne nwo na Onyankopon benam ne so amma mase adore. So that was what Sarah was thinking. Obema me ba na abofran be free Hagar mu. Na Bible say Abraham so eje Sarah sem no ediye no tu hwanamon. It one no ewo Ishmael. Now, the first thing I'm a person mission so ewo ha say you can never fulfill God's promise in your own power. You can never fulfill God's promise to you in your own power. And they say Ebobia Onyankopon ahye wo no so nyame ama oboshe bia wankasa de wuntimi mfa wa ho odin emma Nyankopon boshe a ode ahye wo no emmam eti so Nyankopon ahye obobia se wankasa wo ye wadwen se obema boshe na abamu a obefom. And we are seeing it clearly where Abraham abrabo mu say Onyankopon hye Abraham bo ubenya ba na abofra no ni mu na awon to atoaso a just the next chapter, Sarah and Swaba said, Menwo, and Abraham G. Sarah assembly D or G2 Muno 2 1 So, in other words, the Sarah Kai, when we heard the Sarah Kai, verse 2 now say, so Sarah said to him, now behold, the Lord has prevented me from bearing children. Please go into my maid. Perhaps I will obtain children through her. I will obtain children through her. In fact, Onyankopon catch Abraham in chapters back say on this Sarah and Ebewo, and the child is coming from his body. But this is the case with Sarah's suggestion. And I'll say Onyankopon be mame abofra na say emofra efi Hegamu. And that was not God's message to them. God's message was, you Abraham and Sarah are going to have a child, even in your old age. In effect, they made a grave mistake. Omo yen fom so kese pa etia onyankopon. Enye de onyankopon hye no momienko chapter 17, 18 and 19. So Abraham thought he was helping God by making the promise, by causing the promise to be fulfilled. He thought he was helping God. So what happened? Genesis 17, 18 and 19. Chapter 17, verse 18 and 19. Let's see what God thought about their decision. Genesis 17, 18 and 19. And Abraham said to God, "Oh, that Ishmael might live before you." But God said, "No, but Sarah, your wife, will bear you a son, and you shall call his name Isaac, and I will establish my covenant with him for an everlasting covenant for his descendants after him." So Abraham says, "Oh God, I want Ishmael to live before you." In other words, I want Ishmael to be established. Me pese Ishmael enya boshe no munshira no. But Yankopon said, "No. My promise is that you and Sarah will produce a child, and that child will be established, and he shall receive the covenant blessing, and not Ishmael." But Abraham wished that the covenant blessing will be passed on to Ishmael. Abraham di onyayanka Ishmael eno Nyankopon bema we tintim na boshe no munshira na kono so. Nyankopon si debi. So Abraham thought Ishmael was the promised lineage. But God said, "No. It is actually a son from you and Sarah together. That is the promised son Isaac." So God did not approve of what they did, even though he permitted it. Etini eke nyina say, "Onyankopon hye obo. While you are waiting for the promise, there is a temptation for you to try to make the promise come into being. Ubebo modin se boshe rade dia hye no. Ubema abem, ufi wankasa wa hoodin mu bema abem. Nanso onyankopon enye ne saa. Enye saa eno onyankopon eye na ade. Ebuzafo yenhwe Genesis 18, 13 and 14. Bibi wo ha Abraham ebu nani gu so. Wan hye so. Genesis chapter 18, verse 13 and 14. There is a very important thing I want us to note here. Genesis chapter 18, 13 and 14. And the Lord said to Abraham, "Why did Sarah laugh, saying, 'Shall I indeed bear a child when I am so old? Is anything too difficult for the Lord? At the appointed time, I will return to you, and this time next year, and Sarah will have a son.'" Now, Mommy 14, is anything too difficult for the Lord? At the appointed time, I will return to you. Hallelujah. That is the emphasis I want to make. There is something called the appointed time. There was an appointed time for Abraham to receive that promise from God. And that appointed time was when Abraham was 100 years. Sarah was 90 years. That appointed time was when Ishmael was 14 years. And the Lord was ready to send him away together with his mother Hagar. Eti bibi wo ho a onyankopon frɛ no boshe bre anase bre a onyankopon esiesie se boshe ne bebem. Eti Abraham bre no ho 14 years ahead of God. Ɛna ɔyɛ na adwe so bema boshe na bem. But then Yankupon wo appointed time or baby away say sa brother and abortion baby. When we are waiting for the promises of God, let's not forget that there is something called an appointed time. Bible come Isaiah chapter 66, 22 say, "When the time is right, I the Lord will make it happen." When the time is right, I the Lord will make it happen. The time was not right, and Abraham tried to make it happen. And it was disastrous. Abraham and Kasa Bomodin so Obema Bosh and Abem, a woman said, "Bringing Soye," and so no person Bosh and Ebem. Na Uncle Yeni ye. Mummy and Shannon said, "Onyankopon Shayam Bo, Nase, Enya Memoir, It is simply because there is something called the appointed time. Ebrea nyankopon ahihye. A nyoma nyina betoto akwan mu na bɔhyɛ no abem. Ejabusafo ne aka nyina ne sɛ onyankopon hyɛ Abraham bɔ so ɔbɛwo nanso wankyerɛ no bere pɔtea ɔbɛwo. So God did not tell Abraham the exact time that Abraham would have the child. Number two, and he said, Abraham and Sarah, they decided to take matters into their own hands and produce a son by Hagar. God reveals this isn't his plan because he had an appointed time for them. It took 13 years for the promise to be fulfilled. That is Genesis 17:25 and then 18:14. God was expecting for Abraham to wait 13 years before the promise will be fulfilled. Now, I have a question for us. And he said, "Oh, Shaya, Nasa, Utia, Nasa, Uanumuaya, Nasa, who contribution, Patricia, Nosona, submit your answer and answer your contribution." My question is, why doesn't God just tell us when and how the promise will be fulfilled, but he wants us to wait in anticipation? And it's a hard on Yankopon entry every any coin or befaso abortion in the bebim. Say, can Yankopon catch and say, "Oh, coin win or mefasua," and no, the old train and carbon who say, Yamese, a coin win or befaso into me train. So Yamia train say, a brick potting when I did bebemua, and no, they will need that to say, a brick potting way and I did bebem to me train. I didn't know Yankopon on tray and brea or bayadiano. Any choir or befaso ayadiano. Nemo Yankopon esha say a betina hornia comb near channel. Naya fasa yaunum. Abra and can Yankopon betima catcher and so 2024. And I may be a quay 2023. And I may so and so amount. So why doesn't God just tell us that I will do this at this time, and this is the formula I'll use, so that it will be easy for us to recognize it and work in that way? And it was for so contribution and answer question here. You can forward this as we carry on with our discussion. It was for me a typical example of how people sometimes fail to wait for God's promise and the disasters that befall them. Mommy, typical example. A typical example when you say, Fanny say you are a single person waiting and indeed searching. Uyo bia o hwe anim se obeware onkwan na wo ho o hwe anim se obeware. Onyankopon esiesu bia ma wo. Na so on kyerɛw bere a nipa ne beba anase kwan a obefa so. Anayempo onkyerɛw nipa kura we siesie dia ma wo. Now, there ya na nkofo bi ye nie. Ebetima ba say nipa nankasa betu anamon number 1. And say Onwa beko no ni nipa nyame siesie ne ma no, the wrong person. They'll start dating the wrong person. So while they are waiting for God's appointed time and God's chosen person for their lives, while they are waiting, some people tend to take matters into their own hands. And what they happen to do is, number 1, they end up dating the wrong person. They end up going out with the wrong person. Number 2, some people end up settling for wrong type of persons. Eti thought that when him say nipa we the meneno we don't match, but check mean train bio. Enti mamen fanesa ensu onim pa say this is the wrong type of person for me. So while the people are waiting, while he or she is waiting for the right spouse, the nipa ni be say they date unbelievers, the wrong people. They may be dating unbelievers because we're trying a map. Number 2, and they say they may be dating someone, but the person is the wrong type. They just don't click. Other people even go to the extent of living immoral lives, and some may even fall for depression. And to bring all chance and yami bosh any bebemuno, it be any the wrong people who hang out. I thought that cry be no obana na se bema no onim nyame nanso boshe na chenti mamen fa ne saa ɛtɔ nipa no ebi onim Nyankopɔn na nso nim sɛ abrante ababa we mene no paa deɛ daabi yɛntimi nante nanso akyɛ ma memfa ne saa ebi kura wɔ hɔ a ɛtɔ da ɔmobɔ bra ɛnyɛ because ebi susu sɛ sɛ abɔfra bɛ mu a bɛrima no bɛware enti wɔntima ntwɛn ɔno apepere ne ho sɛ ɔbɛboa Nyankopɔn na Nyankopɔn bɔhyɛ no abam na wakɔbɔ bra ɛmfata ebi nso wɔ hɔ a they fall into depression ɛne sɛ ɔmatebea no ɛmene no to the extent sɛ n'ani da soɔ nyinaa asa ɛne yɛbisa sɛ adɛn na yɛ ano Nyankopɔn ɛnka nkyerɛ yɛn sɛ ɛda sei ne da sei ɛna mɛyɛ anaasɛ kwan sei ne sei na mɛfa so na bɔhyɛ a mahyɛw no abam eti na edi kan sɛ Nyankopɔn hyɛ ɔbɔ a mepɛ sɛ yɛhyɛ no so sɛ wankasa deɛ wontimi ɛmfa w'ahoɔden ɛndi bɔhyɛ no so anaasɛ ɛmma bɔhyɛ no ɛmmam you can never fulfill the promises of God in your own strength or by your own power. If God has promised you, God must initiate and God must fulfill it of his own power and at his own appointed time. Number 2, mepɛ sɛ yɛde Abraham deɛ ɛtoto abrante bi wɔ twerɛ no mu ɛyɛ David ne yɛhwɛ nea David yɛɛyɛ. The second thing I want us to note is say when you wait for God's appointed time and God's promise to be fulfilled, you attract great blessings from God. You will be greatly blessed when you let God fulfill his own promises to you. And it says, "Omo Nyankopɔn kwan mo no bɔhyɛ ɔde ahyɛw no ɔno ama bɔhyɛ ne bɛmu ɛma wa wobɛnya nhyira kɛseɛ paa wo nhyira ɛbɛyɛ kɛseɛ paa." Now momeɛnkɔ Samuel homa edi kan mu tie duonu nan kyekyɛmu edi kan ɛba no 1 Samuel chapter 24 1 following. I want us to compare Abraham's anticipation with that of David. 1 Samuel chapter 24 verse 1 following. Now when Saul returned from pursuing the Philistines, he was told, saying, "Behold, David is in the wilderness of En-Gedi." Then Saul took 3,000 chosen men from all Israel and went to seek David and his men in front of the rocks of the wild goats. He came to the sheepfold on the way, where there was a cave, and Saul went in to relieve himself. Now David and his men were sitting in the inner recesses of the cave. The men of David said to him, "Behold, this is the day of which the Lord said to you, Behold, I am about to give your enemy into your hand, and you shall do to him as it seems good to you." Then David arose and cut off the edge of Saul's robe secretly. It came about afterward that David's conscience bothered him because he had cut off the edge of Saul's robe. So he said to the men, "Far be it from me, because of the Lord that I should do this thing to my Lord, the Lord's anointed, to stretch out my hand against him, since he is the Lord's anointed." David persuaded his men with these words and did not allow them to rise up against Saul. And Saul arose, left the cave, and went on his way. 1 Samuel 24 1 to 7. 1 Samuel 24 1 to 7. Hallelujah. Ebusiafo Nyankopɔn ahyɛ David bɔ. Waka akyerɛ David sɛ Israel nyinaa wobɛyɛ so hene. Na ɔhene Saul ehu sɛ Onyankopɔn ayi David. Na ɔde ahene ne ma no. Na David yɛ kɛseɛ. Enti den na ɛsɛ sɛ ɔyɛ, ɛsɛ sɛ okum David. Enti watata David na Bible say Saul te sɛ David akɔhinta ɛwɔ aboɔdan bi mu ɛwɔ kuro bi ɛfrɛ no En-Gedi mu. Enti David ɛne ne mmeranteɛ no hyɛ abodan caves mu ɛwɔ En-Gedi. Ɛna Saul ate na Bible say cave na David ɛhyɛ mu no. Saa cave na ɔhene no kɔɔ mu sɛ sɛbio ɔkɔyɛ ne ho yie. Enti King Saul ɛkɔ abodan no mu sɛ sɛbio ɔkɔyɛ ne ho yie. ɛna David mmeranteɛ no ka kyerɛ mo sɛ David wei deɛ Onyankopɔn bɔhyɛ ɔde ma wo no ɛno ara na abɛ mu no ɔka kyerɛ wo sɛ ɔde w'atamfo bɛma wo na nea wopɛ biara fa yɛ ɔmo ɛno na abɛ mu pɛpɛɛpɛ no nea na ɔmo ka kyerɛ David ani sɛ this is a wonderful opportunity for you to go kill King Saul and take the throne. Onyankopɔn kasa na ahyehyɛ ama wo sɛ kɔ na kɔkum ɔhene no na fa akonnwa no na di so. Na Bible say David yɛ kodɛɛ ɛna ɔkɔtwa Saul ntoma no ano hɔ baabi a Saul ehu. Na kyerɛ ne sɛ David yɛ wie na afei na ne tirim bu no fɔ sɛ adɛn na ɔhene ntama makɔte ɛho baabi ne tirim bu no fɔ. Na Bible say David etimi ɛne ne mmerante ne kasa yɛ sɛ daabi sɛ odi Onyankopɔn asa na paa mɛtwe me nkante wɔ no so ɛmpare me saa bɔne deɛ mentimi ɛnyɛ ntia me Nyankopɔn na mentimi nyɛ ntia me Awurade ɛyɛ ɔhene Saul. Now moma yɛhwɛ David ɛne Abraham nipa mmienu yi ɛna Onyankopɔn ahyɛ ɔmo bɔ sɛ ɔbɛma ɔmo biribi. Eti Abraham deɛ ne deɛ ɛyɛ ɔba, David deɛ ne ɛyɛ ahenie. Abraham twɛn yɛ abɔhyɛ ne ɛmmɛm no ɛna ɔno ara tu anamɔn ɛna ɔkɔyɛ mfomso kɛseɛ. David nso atwɛn yɛ in fact Saul pɛ sɛ okum no bɔhyɛ no nso mmɛn mu opportunity aba sɛ kɔ na kɔfa kɔ na kɔtu anamɔn ɔsi daabi menyɛ saa bɔne deɛ mentimi ɛnyɛ ɛntia me Awurade ne magye nkwa. Na me yesa boni tia Nyankopɔn a ma ye tia Saul na Saul me Awurade. Eti ebusuafo, you see David's character refusing to take advantage of opportunity a nipa bi say we de nyame na de ama. There is an interesting story of a young lady bia oye mobile money or maame bi shop ano in fact maame bi mobile money no afa young lady bi say maame no oye maame na dwuma ma no. And one day girl ni nya call onya call no na ye ne madam no ne babema owa ma no ne osi opeso ne maame kasa na osi o madam asore kakra ma ni ho eti nkra bi wo ho a feja na nkra boy ni di jai ne se na o se o ka kire ne maame se sisi opeso warranty maame no empe oba bi wo Ghana hama no girl no eti ye no wa mbo maame na mane eno no a hye da pe kwan bi so ani abrante be ye free enkomo saa ena abrante ne se chinchina obeware abayiwa no maame ne kan ne num asem bia boy ne se abayiwa na no obeware no eti maame ne pene so mo ware ye. And the sad thing is esan se abayiwa na nka no kran kire ne madam nti one no eti adowa woma so de ne in a sense we ni no kre so me ba friend no se fan krama me a watena so ena wa fa nyansa kwan bi so ene me ba no anante a fadie wa ba se obeware abrante no. And even though say oni abrante na ware no maame na mpe na ase no eye girl na asem da because we ni no kre when na ni ye se me ba ma me nkra why don't you just tell me. There was a promise for the young lady, but the one kasa na dwen take advantage and really ye. It na say and no, they were never in good terms. So even though she had what she wanted, like Abraham had what he wanted, a child, yet the consequences of how it did in Nesopa, it abayoning and your pay, but na say and no anya find that. So you see a man like David who had the opportunity to take the throne by killing the king, King Saul, but he never went in to kill his king. Now, Oshet senya nyoma esisi ya, ebere son ya Onyankopɔn kasa, epine so se Saul eni Jonathan enwu. No Onyankopɔn kasa di akonya ne ma David no. Till date, it is known in the history of Israel, said the greatest king who ever lived in Israel was King David. When we wait for God himself to fulfill his promise, the blessings are greater than we ourselves going to take the promises for ourselves. It is a chain on Yankopon Kasa Bosho, the Ashay, the Ebemo, no any Bremua, in Shra Efimubano, Yana a Cassia, a young womb, a chain say, Yankasa Yedi Ahwading, Ebeko. Christo Madisha, enti niani can say David Yobia wakum Goliath. Nipa wa Israel nyina dono. Nipa bebre abedi nechi. Nyankopon ahye ne bose odi ahenye no bema no. Eti by all standards it was a clear opportunity say nka David kokum Saul no fa akonwa no. Nanso David si there bi sa boni menye. David was willing to trust the process. Na Bible di adanse say David eto no bo mo Nyankopon ankasa ne breso ya Onyankopon edi ni si akonwa so no. David and a bayo Hinekasia Israel Ninemuno or Hinibi and Hua or to say David. It was a funny chat to my possession and said, Say Oto Bujo Yankopon Dina Nantana Quemana Breno Suno Yankopon and Cassa Emma Bosch and Bemwa Emma a you feel or how bebremu. So God Himself delivers you from a lot of troubles. Etine Dikane said, you cannot fulfill God's promise in your own strength or your own power. Emma Bosch be a Yamia show no, Emma, near Tosumienu and said, so what two bono Yankopon Cassa, Emma Bosch and Bemwa, a bayan shrubbery at the mouth. Near Tosumi and some person shadow so any said. A you free or how bebremu, it delivers you from a lot of troubles. So we can look through the Bible and see a lot of people are Nyamisha omo bobi, omo nchama bosha na mem, and omo prepare omo ho. Senka ye ko akutua na mombi. Abraham is an example. In Judges chapter 9, Abimelech is another example. So a lot of people, countless examples of people going ahead of God, helping themselves, trying to force themselves to a position that God has not put them. And it cost them dearly. It was therefore Christo, any yentema yonkofano, a boshe, and it say, yeah, train se boshe and bebem. In fact, yeah, yeah, Christo for no, boshe and your media share, and they say, that chimbi, obeba fire ako, the new nyemu. Edi Yesu Christo kakasa be bobi ano kase se asomfo anase servants no ehwe nima no mu wura no mu ma no mu sha se omo hye na se omo ase no omo yo ma yaya dia owura ne baba beto omo. He was talking about Christians who are not able to wait for the promise. So there are many people like almost a bosh na check enti yankasa ye betu anamoni aye ne epe kai hunu say so do one kasa wa hoden e pese nyame boshe bemu a there be obeyem from so ne atosumie ni se woto bo twen no nyankopon kasa ma boshe ni bem wo no ni bremu a ebeye nhira kese ma o ne atosumie nsan se so nyankopon ankasa e ma boshe ni bemu a eyi free o how akudo bebremu anka uduti ebekwa akoshem. So when God Himself fulfills His promises, He delivers you from a whole lot of mistakes and errors. And in fact, Ishmael began to mock Isaac. We know that say Ishmael, now Odi Isaac who fell, and it continued in their lineage throughout generations. So waiting patiently for God's promise to be fulfilled is what every Christian should do when he or she is waiting for the promises of God. So wo twen onyankopon bosha etwa se wo ye wadwen se onyankopon ewo an appointed time a brebi ono ankasa siesie. Bible come Galatians chapter 4 verse 7. Now when the time had fully come, let's read that. Galatians chapter 4 verse 7. Galati 4 humanity 90 chemu enso. Galatians chapter 4 verse 7. Or say let me read from verse 4. So also we, while we were children, were held in bondage under the elements of the things of the world. But when the fullness of the time came, that is the appointed time, when the fullness of the time came, God sent forth His Son, born of a woman, born under the law, so that He might redeem those who were under the law, that we might receive the adoption of sons. It was a brand new dunu no nyankopon suma ne ba Yesu Christo bae. Eti Yesu Christo ma yempo. There was an appointed time. There was a brand nyame ahyehe. Eti busu afo yen hye no se wotwa nyame bosha o you feel how bebremu wotwa nyankopon bosha ebeye nhira kese ma na wankasa wuntimi mfa wa hoɔden empre se bosha nyankopon ahye no ebebem. Se wow ye wadwen se ode wa hoɔden ebeye a ebewi o se na Abraham mistake o ye ya. Ema Ishmael ebe mu a emu sense David to nobo ema de Onyankopon kan even though it seemed as if say clear opportunity abase onko fa akunya no onkum ohene no David said there be main trimming can't tell what doing Yankopon son so that. And that's exactly what David did, and it became a blessing to him. It was your 4 year per year addition, see her. A bright Yankopon Bosheno. Temptations be brave woman. It's say, or chain, yana ed de made for to be brina, some money for more points. Echo yet near ancestors year, not a cool year more. Bonnie, it's someone near beside when I say, I didn't know Yankopo and try and brea. A boy was saying, obey, and I said, Quaya obe fasua. Obema a bona a bush and a bim. Now Yankopo and Kashi and try near Tua, and I yin branya, maybe and I said, Quaya, maybe fasua. Now see it to why does God not tell us exactly when and how He's going to fulfill the promise? And therefore we can send our submissions, questions, or contribution. You can send it via WhatsApp, Zoom, or any of our platforms. And any questions or any contributions, we are taking them. And today we're looking at when the promise delays. And here can you say, Obi biara ni nyame anante ye bia no ebre bi ba wona setene mu a ase boshe bia nyame dia ma no ya che onye hu ho hwe. Now in the Bible there are thousands and thousands of promises that God has given to his people. Eti ya setene mu fa ba bia Yesu say ye hia mu boshe no, it is in the Bible. And all these promises be sometimes o kan unya reshimu we radimu so eto da wo twen a eche enti ade ntina nyame ahye yembo anso ase onyankopon atwentwen ne nase ama bohye no ase eya ka echi ade ne rade nkyere ye bre a obedi bohye no so anase kwan a obefa so ama bohye no abem anampo nipa a ofa no so obenam no so aboa ya na say we na my God never tells us those things. Hardly does he do that. Why does God do that? I didn't know country na you who say, oh, the nyamia kenye eti meni daso a me hwese bebem. Why does God choose not to tell us his plans and tell us exactly what he wants to do when it comes to his promises? It will be to me the questions and also contribution about the addition abewe ya adanti o contribution as a question be able to for a bit me there to platform no so na ya bomodin say e bebua ensem no. We are talking about faith in the midst of crisis. You share Abraham's life as an example. Abraham abrabo a onyankopon e de ye nhweso e ma yen. And then so ya toaso aye hwe onyankopon bo a wo hye ya etoda ase bohye no ya che ase bohye no ya kechi se ye o se bohye ni kechi ana se cha ogidi ni dan nesese wo ye ni di kan se kai hunu se wuntimi ma wankasa wuntimi mfa wa ho odin so ma bohye ni mbem. You cannot force the promises into being by your own strength. It will end in disaster. Number 2, Shannon so said, so what train on Yankopon Kasama Bosh and Bemua, a bayin shrakesier at the mouth. You can cut corners and force to trouble for you. A patch also be our human so oma yentin as some so question as a contribution and you can submit it now. Near Tosumi and San said, Kaihun said, Say, Otremo Yankopon Kasama Bosh and Bemwa, or Jew free, or how be brave, you save yourself a lot of trouble. Many people have forced their ways into marriages, forced their ways into businesses. Obido Nwana dream ayɛ nneɛma bi a akɔwie no bɔne a ɛnɛ bɛsi nnɛ ɛsunsunsuasoɔ no ba ɔne n'asefoɔ so. There are people a ɔmafa kweti kwan so ewia aban sika, ewia busua sika, ewia company sika. Emu enim guaseɛ no abɛbata ne din. A lot of people, some are statesmen. Yɛbɔ mu din sisi a we remember them not for the service they rendered to the government or to the people of the state, but rather for the shameful practices they engaged in. Yɛbɔ mu din a ɛnyɛ edwuma bi ɔmo yɛ ma ɔman no nti ɛna yɛkae ɔmo. Na mo bɔne bi ɔmo di yɛ. Ɔno ankasa pere sɛ ɔbɛma bɔhyɛ bi abɛm. Akɔwie no bɔne. Ebusuafoɔ sɛ ɔwɔ questions bi a yɛbɛtumi ɛde ato dwa, whether on Facebook, on YouTube, whether on Zoom, and I say WhatsApp, Yaya Krado. To do, and this is how I'm going to do it. So wait for it, and on this date and this that on this I didn't yamin can sanche ne ready share him see a between atwen akosi say ono be finipemu aye amaye. Why doesn't God just tell us?
I'm not ready to speak.
You can keep your submissions coming in. Contributions, questions.
Network.
Contribution and questions. Questions and answer contribution. Be will be able to me at the so I share when the promise delays. In fact, from a human perspective, we may call it a delay, but from God's perspective, it is not a delay. It is. Please keep your questions and contributions coming. Keep your questions and contributions coming. When God promises us, why? Frustrated and depressed. Yes, God is wait. When you don't know when and how God will do it, and yet you are still waiting. Why does God still want us to wait? Hello? Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Questions or contribution on WhatsApp, we can still answer it while we are here. when the promise delays. Faith in the midst of crisis. When the promise delays. When God's promise delays. What should believers do? What should we how should we wait? How should we act when God has given us a promise and it seems like the promise is delayed? So Nyankopon hye yembona ya yese boshe na che. Boshe na che, ya twen ya che. Den necessary ogidi ni eye. Tada na ya bemu yebu. What should we do? Should we force our way to make this promise happen like Abraham did, or wait patiently until God himself makes it happen? Until God himself makes it happen. Hello? Okay, it was your phone, Pacho. You can now ask your questions and your contribution. Can keep them coming so that we answer them. ATB Pacho, anybody hearing us, please make your questions available. Hello? Keep your questions, submissions coming. Isaiah chapter 60 verse 22. Or say, the smallest one will become a clan, and the least one a mighty nation. And it concludes by saying, I, the Lord, will hasten it in its time. I, the Lord, will make it happen when the time is right. So there is something called the appointed time. Ebrea nyankopon kasa ahyehe a opese enyoma ekeka sieni watoto nyoma pepepepepe a we siesie se boshe bia odi amaye ne ebebem. And so there is something called the appointed time. If believers refuse to wait for the appointed time of God, it will end in disaster. Hello, Mr. Jerry. Me try me tonka. And council for you. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Great. Mr. Jarre said that Nyankopon nim yen onim dachi onim nya yebeye e was situation but now so Nyankopon twen ama. Yes, he makes us wait. Yes, sir. Has he left? Great. And no one mentioned me beside Mr. Jerry. I was also asking, say, why won't God just tell us when and how, but wants us to wait? Why won't God tell us when and how He's going to do it, but wants us to wait? So if I'm to answer your question, it means I'll still be going to this question. I believe strongly, say, like I've said earlier, our walk with God is a walk of faith. And the waiting is a way by which God allows us to grow in faith with Him. Enti nyaminim yen, yes. Washayembo, yes. Or bra or the obema boshana bem. Now so on can't say why? Our walk with Him is a walk of faith. Kai say, Say, Bible say faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Nano na Paul eka say, enti say, when you it is no longer hope, it is no longer faith. Because when you have a hope for something, then there is no hope anymore. So immediately God just makes everything so bare for you. Say mehu eninti mejinyamidi mehu nti mejinyamidi. Then it is not faith, because you are now basing on the fact that you are walking by sight and not by faith. So God requires us to walk with him even though we haven't seen it. That is when God gives us the grace to grow in faith. So you get to the point where you trust God so much with everything, say, nothing can make you doubt him. That is how God wants us to walk with him. And for me, I think it is because so God gives us the opportunity to grow in faith. He tests our faith from one level of faith to the other. And Nyankopon maho kwan say, "Twen, may share how you behave, may share senior obey." Even though nyaminim dache no, it doesn't mean there are teachers that they know students who fail the exams and they still let them write anyway. And God knows, yes, but he gives us the opportunity for us to walk with him in faith. Step by step, step by step. Then he's increasing our faith, and he begins to unfold bigger plans he has for us. So for me, it is because God wants us to walk in faith with him, and he finds opportunities to strengthen our faith and our walk with him. Great. Before we are listening, and you can send your contribution, your questions coming via Zoom, WhatsApp, Facebook, or YouTube. We have some few minutes to bring our study to an end. Etimi Pacho say, Obi wa humanu so a ombo modern non find the contribution as a question, Emra. We are talking about when the Akabe 7 minutes, Simabe say so na the addition Abba Ewiye. 7 minutes to draw the curtains on today's lesson. When the promise delays. When the promise delays. It is indeed very difficult working with God, fully trusting him. Say, in fact, Abraham, he made a terrible mistake. And you know, many people in the Bible, we see Obi to say Rebecca. Onyin say your Bible say, Onyankopon emma message bi. Na message nya made man ne say, when you say mo from you ntafo na panyin no besum kuma no na kuma no be kese a panyin no. You see strategy a Rebecca faso. Emma Jacob eko dada ne papa emma confusion kese o time kese beda Israel for any Esau asefo mu. And the hatred existed for several hundreds of years. In fact, the book of Obadiah, the whole book is devoted to the punishment God will give to Esau, and I say Edom, and I say Teman, the same people. Et Obadiah, no na Nyankopon eka say, adentina Edom for abra Babylon for to share munuanum Israel for so. Manko boa omo. In fact, Israel for no mu dwane. Because atamfo to ashomo so no. Na omunuanum Esau asefo no. Ako gina kwantin fi kakra omunyo mutididi mu so no mukuma moka ho. So there was bitterness between the descendants of Jacob, that is Israel, and the descendants of Esau, that is Edom. Empo bra Israel for every Mizrim. Eko bosha assassin so mo be kaya. Omu yoma dwen so mo be fa Edom for assassin so. Edom hinesi debi me mpene mamo me fa assassin so da. Enti o ma mpene amma Israel for and for assassin. Enti o time kese bo muntem. Enti Rebecca and adwen say nyame na aka enti ene yem fa kweti kwan bi so, but that was not God's plan. that there will be enmity and division between the twins. So she tried to help God and manifest God's promise, but the end was a disaster. And every time we try to help God, it ends in chaos. We have just about 2 minutes to wrap up. And the contribution be a question be able to me at the Atujana. Please keep your questions and contributions coming. Okay, busuafo ya de ena adesua no ebeba ewie nyankopon ya adoma adase na ebesan ehia na ya toa ya adesua no aso onyankopon hira mo no nka mo ho moma ye mompae to me right was sick na yesra on say my oduma e de bedu no kre atena se atwen oboshe na ya mpepere ye ho ankodi wanim na ankowie ye mbone edwuma ye de ho hye onsa na yesra on say boye ho ban na kan ye ho wan kasa wen yen so awo yen nemu eda wase so abofo beka ye ho ye da wase so ho kronkron ani ye wo ho asedan kan ewrade ni agye nkwa Yesu Kristo din mu amen bye bye.